6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister and the Kyrgyzstan Deputy Chairman of the Cabinet of Ministers at a meeting in Islamabad today reaffirmed the resolve to strengthen bilateral ties. The Deputy Prime Minister has expressed Pakistan's willingness for composite dialogue with India. Pakistan and China have reaffirmed to deepen cooperation under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has called upon the world community to take cognizance of the grim situation in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In China, 30 people have been killed due to heavy rainfall in Beijing. The Punjab Disaster Management Authority has issued warning of low to moderate level flood in Chenab and Jhelum rivers from tomorrow. And now the news in detail. The Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif has reaffirmed the resolve to further strengthen bilateral ties with Kyrgyzstan. Talking to a delegation from the Kyrgyz Republic led by the Deputy Chairman of the Cabinet of Ministers, Adil Basalov, in Islamabad today, he appreciated the signing of the protocol and memorandum of understanding between the two sides. The Prime Minister reiterated Pakistan's strong commitment to implement decisions taken during the Intergovernmental Commission. He also stressed for timely follow-up to translate the agreements into tangible outcomes. The Kyrgyz side appreciated the efforts of Pakistan in fostering closer bilateral ties. Both the sides reaffirmed their resolve to work closely for the mutual benefit of their peoples and continue engaging at all levels for stronger Pakistan-Kyrgyzstan relations. The Deputy Prime Minister Mohammad Ishaq Dar has said Pakistan is ready for a composite dialogue with India. Addressing a news conference in New York, he emphasized that the dialogue will not be limited to the issue of terrorism alone. He reiterated that Pakistan itself is the biggest victim of terrorism, and the American Secretary of State, in a meeting with him, acknowledged Pakistan's sacrifices in the fight against terrorism. He said during this meeting, long-standing Jammu and Kashmir dispute was also raised, emphasizing that permanent peace is not possible in the region without the resolution of the Kashmir dispute. He recalled that the American President Donald Trump has also raised the issue multiple times. As regards the Indus Waters Treaty, Ishaq Dar said Pakistan's stance is very clear that any attempt to divert or block Pakistan's share of water would be unacceptable. Responding to a question, the Deputy Prime Minister made it clear that Pakistan has no plan to recognize Israel. He demanded immediate ceasefire in Gaza and delivery of humanitarian assistance to the Palestinian people. Describing his American visit as successful, the Deputy Prime Minister said Pakistan has also raised voice for reforms in the United Nations Security Council, emphasizing that the Organization of Islamic Cooperation should be given due representation in the world body. The Pakistan National Shipping Corporation has signed agreements with the Karachi Port Trust and Port Qasim Authority to expand and modernize shipping fleet. Chairing the agreements signing meeting, the Minister for Maritime Affairs Mohammad Junaid Anwar Chaudhry said these agreements are part of efforts to strengthen maritime infrastructure and reduce reliance on foreign vessels. He said the country's shipping capacity would be increased by 600% over the next 3 years. Pakistan and China have reaffirmed to deepen cooperation under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The understanding to this effect was reached during a meeting between the National Assembly Speaker Sardar Ayaz Sadiq and the Chairman of China's National People's Congress Standing Committee, Zhao Lixi, on the sidelines of the Global Speakers Summit in Geneva today. The speaker said the time-tested and deep-rooted ties between Pakistan and China underscore the historic tradition of close and friendly exchanges between the parliaments of both the countries. He expressed Pakistan's resolve to enhance CPAC cooperation in key priority sectors such as mining, industry, agriculture, information technology and green energy. The two sides emphasized the importance of coordinated parliamentary diplomacy in promoting peace, development, and multilateral cooperation. Pakistan recorded an overall increase of 4.7% in foreign direct investment in the last financial year due to the efforts of the Special Investment Facilitation Council. Among the leading foreign investors were China, Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan, and Turkey. China topped the list of foreign investors with 90.3% increase, crossing a new milestone by investing $1,224.3 million in Pakistan. Hong Kong invested a substantial amount of $496.9 million in the energy, infrastructure, and technology sectors. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. A nexus between Fitna al-Hindustan and the Baloch Yekjehti Committee has been exposed. According to security sources, undeniable evidence of terrorism under the guise of so-called missing persons has come to light. A terrorist, Sohaib Langu, killed during the Kalat operation, was included in the list of so-called missing persons of the Baloch Yekjehti Committee. Earlier, many terrorists killed from Fitna al-Hindustan were included in the list of so-called missing persons. The so-called missing persons are the same individuals who become tools of Fitna al-Hindustan and are involved in terrorist attacks on unarmed and innocent Pakistanis. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference, while condemning the killing of 3 youth in a fake encounter in Srinagar and atrocities on people living in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, has said India's stubbornness is the biggest obstacle in resolving the Kashmir dispute. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference spokesman, Advocate Abdul Rashid Minhas, in a statement in Srinagar, expressing serious concern over the grave human rights violations, including killing of 3 youth in upper reach of Srinagar by the Indian forces, called upon the world community to take cognizance of the grim situation in the held territory. Pakistan has welcomed the successful meeting hosted by Malaysia on the Cambodia-Thailand situation. In a statement, the Foreign Office spokesperson Shafqat Ali Khan said Pakistan appreciates the spirit of dialogue and expresses hope for a peaceful resolution through diplomacy and regional cooperation. At least 62 more Palestinians, including 19 aid seekers, have been martyred by the Israeli forces in the besieged Gaza. Israel's genocidal war on the Gaza martyred more than 60,000 Palestinians since October 2023. Saudi Arabia's ambassador to the United States, Princess Rima bint Bandar, says two-state solution that recognizes both Palestine and Israel is the only framework to end the bloodshed in Gaza. She was speaking at a high-level conference on the two-state solution, co-chaired by Saudi Arabia and France in New York. She stressed that Saudi Arabia has long advocated for a two-state solution as the only viable path for lasting peace. In the Chinese capital Beijing, at least 30 people have been killed in extreme heavy rainfall. The authorities in Beijing have relocated more than 80,000 residents from areas worst hit by flooding, which has damaged dozens of roads and cut off power to at least 136 villages. The Chinese President Xi Jinping ordered an all-out search and rescue efforts to minimize the casualties. And now volleyball. In the boys under-19 volleyball world championship, Argentina beat Pakistan by 3-2 in Tashkent today. It was Pakistan's first defeat in the tournament. Despite the defeat, Pakistan's under-19 men's volleyball team has advanced to the knockout stage of the under-19 world championship as Pool A leaders. The Provincial Disaster Management Authority of the Punjab has issued a flood warning for Chenab and Jhelum rivers, along with the associated streams and nullas from tomorrow. According to the Provincial Disaster Management Authority spokesperson, the water level at Ganda Singh Point on Satluj River is also anticipated to increase within the next 24 hours. The Provincial Disaster Management Authority has also warned of urban flooding in Rawalpindi, Gujranwala and Lahore over the next 48 hours due to heavy rainfall. And finally, the weather report. Rain, wind, and thunder showers are likely in Kashmir, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Upper Punjab, Islamabad, and Gilgit-Baltistan during the next 12 hours. Isolated heavy falls are also likely in Kashmir and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa during the forecast period. Hot and humid weather is expected in southern parts of the country. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.